Hello, hello. All right. So, welcome to this channel, Freya's Crone. My name is Melody. All right. I'm lost my train of thought here. All right. So, um, again, welcome to this channel, Freya's Crone. My name is Melody. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber from my other channel, welcome back. Thank each and every one of you guys for being here. So when you come into this live stream, give me a Fonzie, either by double tapping the screen or just simply hitting a thumbs up. Does not matter. Let's see if we can get a little bit of sunlight in here. It doesn't look like, I don't know, looks a little dark to me. All right. Anyways, this is a general reading. So leave me a comment in the comment section below and let me know how this general reading resonates with you. And if you are not yet subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and hit that little notification bell. All of that helps out this channel, and I am greatly, greatly appreciative of all of your love and support. All right, so this video is for the star sign of Aquarius. It is also for the blue moon in Sagittarius that is currently happening. I don't know what time it's supposed to become full, but I just know it's supposed to happen sometime today. All right. So this full blue moon in Sagittarius represents a cosmic milestone for truth seeking, rapid perspective shifts, and shedding outgrown belief systems. In astrology, a blue moon occurs when a single calendar month features two full moons, amplifying the lunar energy and offering a rare second chance for total transformation and closure. When this lunation illuminates Sagittarius, the fire sign of the explorer, the truth seeker, and the philosopher, it creates an intense urge to break free from limitations and realign with a larger life vision. So Sagittarius energy demands unvarnished honesty, narratives, illusions, or excuses you've been telling yourself will likely collapse, allowing you to see the bigger picture clearly. This lunation directly asked, where have you been playing it small out of fear? Okay, I just heard a cat meow as I said that. It is a massive green light to shed roles, jobs, or relationships that constrain your personal sovereignty. Facing the sun, information heavy Gemini, the Sagittarius moon asks you to step away from data overload, internet static, and endless scrolling so that you can tune into your inner knowing. Ruled by Jupiter, the planet of expansion and luck, for those of you who did not know that, this moon aggressively fuels a desire for adventure. You may feel a sudden, intense craving to book a flight, plan a weekend getaway, or dive into a brand new realm of study. Jupiter ruled energy directs focus towards broad, infinite possibilities and optimism rather than meticulous, micromanaged planning. Mars in conjunct generates intense physical and emotional momentum, prompts forward movement, but warns against rushing blindly. Micro moon sitting at its furthest distance from the Earth, its quiet appearance reminds us to aim our goals precisely rather than shouting over the noise. So take a step back from immediately daily stresses to analyze how your current habits serve the overarching puzzle of your life, Aquarius. Because Sagittarius is a fire sign, write down the limited beliefs or old burdens you are ready to let go of and safely burn the paper to release them. Look for subtle signs, synchronicities, and opportunities by intentionally slowing down your nervous system rather than forcing results. All right, so that's a little bit about the moon's energy for today. Let's see what the moon's energy looks like for you, Aquarius, for my Aquarian collective. What's happening for the moon? With the moon, what's the moon's energy around the Aquarius collective, please and thank you. What does it look like? Give me a glimpse into the, okay. So communication is key, Aquarius. So to get the communication, or the key is in your throat chakra, because the sun is in Gemini, so it's being illuminated, right? Um, So a win-win outcome is forecasted. So if we're talking about a relationship, because Libra rules the seventh house of relationships, business, lover, family, friend, a win-win outcome is forecasted with two people being on the same page, with sitting down and having some sort of a conversation that is very, very key. So in other words, with the playing it small. So you don't need to hold things back just because you're afraid of rocking somebody's boat. You don't need to hold yourself back and play it small to try to fit into somebody else's box. In other words, you don't have to shrink to fit into the crowd. You don't have to play yourself small because you're unique, right? You're unique for a reason. So you're asked to be bold and make the first move. So you're being asked to step up to the plate and have some sort of a conversation here. Have some sort of a conversation, perhaps about money. Could be business partner, family, lover, business friend here. But whatever it is key. It is very important with um, the moon in Sagittarius and the sun in Gemini, because the sun in Gemini is illuminating this conversation has to be had. This is a cardinal sign. Libra is a cardinal sign. So that's what I feel. We're going to dig a little bit deeper here, Aquarius. What lesson is Aquarius learning in the full moon in Sagittarius? Well, loneliness. I know that I am never alone. So you could be working on some codependency issues, where sometimes it's better to be alone than to be around fake people, right? People who are not on the same page as you. So you need to address your relationship sector. Relationships. I am attracted to those people who serve my highest good. So you're learning a lesson about relationships, how to be honest in relationships, how to stand your ground in relationships. You are learning why you attract certain people, places, and situations into your relationships. You could have a contract with a particular relationship as well. So let's go ahead and see what these. Oh, yeah. Oh. Somebody's under karmic judgment. Somebody is under judgment. It says, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. That came in reverse. So somebody's under judgment for judging somebody else, for their uniqueness. And it could be another cardinal sign. It could be a Gemini. It could be a Libra. All right. We have regret. So regret. I know that I cannot change the past. So yeah, you can't change what has already happened. Right. So you are under judgment for judging another person, for judging their uniqueness, for judging their path, right? You can't change the past. And why would you want to judge somebody for their past anyways? Everybody has skeletons in their closet. I don't care who you are. So death, somebody is going through an ego death. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. So a relationship, why you are learning a lesson about relationships when it comes to why they end in your life. You are learning a lesson of regret. Somebody is regretting something. Somebody doesn't want to let something go, right? I can't change the past, right? Something about the past energy, feeling alone. Somebody has codependency issues here. So you need to go and communicate something. Maybe you need to be honest about something. Maybe you need to apologize for something that you did in the past. when it comes to judging other people. Somebody is under karmic judgment, because when the judgment card is in reverse, I take it as karmic judgment. When you got the relationship sector that you are learning a lesson about in with the lesson cards, it's like harshly judging people. Why? Because of their uniqueness, right? Loneliness, death. Why do people keep leaving you? Why do you need to see that? Why are you so codependent? Excuse me. Alrighty. Judging somebody from their past is a bad move. Yeah, somebody has a lot of anxiety, right? That just a card popped out. I didn't even ask a question yet. Aquarius. What are the crows warning Aquarius about? What are the crows warning Aquarius about? Look, resistance. Somebody could have been causing a lot of windstorms. In other words, speaking a lot of crap, criticizing, judging, blame, digging up somebody's past, trying to throw them off their path, right? But whoever you were doing this to, they may have taken a misstep or two, but they were able to withstand this windstorm that you were throwing at them, right? With the Seven of Swords, trickery. The Seven of Swords talks about spying, lying, gossiping, slander, defamation of character, pointing fingers, digging up somebody's past, sneaking around, taking a sword, cutting off, trying to cut off people's connections, judging somebody. But why? Because they're unique, because they're different than you. They've walked a different path than you. This talks about you and another person who were committed to do this, right? You and another person who were committed to doing this. Yeah, mischief. And then, so yeah, you only had your own self-interest in mind. You could have did something to somebody's cat as well. The mischief card talks about, the playing the victim. Either you played the victim of somebody's bad behavior, or somebody else was the victim of your bad behavior. And I feel like that's exactly what it is. Somebody else was the victim of your bad behavior because you were judging them due to their past. And that's why this relationship ended. But you didn't want it to end. No, because you were in it for your own self-interest. See the little mouse in the house, right? So somebody was a victim of your bad behavior in a relationship. Aquarius. Because of this person's uniqueness. Because you did not walk the same path as they did. You judge them for it, or somebody did this to you. You take the messages as they resonate. But remember, the moon, the sun in Gemini is showing you where the key lies. It lies in your throat chakra, communication. So you could have tried to play them for small, right? Like you were better than them, or they were better, you take the messages that resonate, but somebody thought they were better than the other person in a relationship. But the crows warned somebody of this person's bad behavior, right? Maybe playing a victim, right? Trying to trigger somebody. And then when they got the response, right? Then they like to play the victim. Like, again, somebody was only in the relationship for their own self-interest. A mouse in the house, coming in, nibbling on every little piece of information that they could get, right? Because that's what mice do. They nibble on things. They sneak around, like little mices in the house. They sneak around and they nibble on things. If you ever pulled out a blanket out of a bag and there's a bunch of holes in it, that's mice nibbling. They nibble on everything. They're worse than a damn billy goat. All right, Aquarius. So show me a little bit more about this win-win outcome for Aquarius. For some of you, you may be hoping to win something. Maybe win over this person's trust again. Yeah, 5 of Gabrielle. Yep. Power struggle in a relationship. So with the communication, what you're hoping to do or what somebody's hoping to do with you, I'm just reading the energy. What is somebody is hoping to do is to cause drama, to trigger somebody with their words, to make them regret leaving somebody behind in this relationship. The 5 of Gabrielle is the 5 of Wands. These are two people who are at a power struggle, right? Who's better than the other person? I'm better than you. You're better than me, right? Nobody is better than anybody. We're all unique to our own journeys. So be bold, make the first move. Cardinal Moon. Oh, look, I got a crow coming through here. Yeah, on a routine basis. Something about routine. That card wasn't even supposed to be in here. Be bold, make the first move. Can I have a card clarifying? Be bold, make the first move. Knot of Michael. So the Knot of Michael in reverse talks about seeing their way out of a situation. So somebody could have been prey predator, right? Prey predator energy here, where somebody could have been had some sort of a cunning plan, right? This is my plan. I'm going to team up with this person and I'm going to become their partner and I'm going to earn their trust, right? Just so I can, be a mouse in their house and gather up all this information that about who they were in the past, right? Just so I could play a lot of mind games with them, right? And look, regret. See the word regret and then regret. Somebody doesn't regret what they did, or somebody needs to let go of regret. Make the first move. So somebody made the move and moved themselves out of this mindset of somebody caused somebody a lot of nightmares, somebody traveled into somebody's dreams, somebody thought they were better than the other person. I'm getting this energy of what you can do, I could do better, right? What you can do, I can do better. Somebody is very, very dramatic here. This person like to create triangulation. Whoever I'm picking up on, somebody like to create triangulation amongst people to get them to fight, to bicker, to be in this power struggle with another person. And that is on a win-win outcome. So somebody thought that they could win whatever their cunning plan was. They thought they were going to win the game. They were hoping to keep somebody all in their head. Keep having them in this nightmare stage, right? Up late night worrying about things, anxiety. But whoever I'm talking to, somebody made the move and said, you know what? I cut it off. I'm not going to deal with this. Relationships. What's this relationship? Learning a lesson about relationships. I'm attracted to those people who serve my highest good. Relationships. When Aquarius is learning this lesson about relationships. So we have the Chariot card and we have the Hangman card. So the Chariot card talks about moving on. It talks about It talks about balancing your darkness and your light. Facing that shadow side, facing that fear when it comes to trying to fit into somebody else's, trying to playing it small, trying to fit into somebody else's surroundings, their friendship circle, or whatever along them lines. But somebody took their power back, right? Could be a Cancer in this scenario because we do have cardinal sign. Somebody took their power back and decided, you know what? I don't need to be in relationships where I'm always in this power struggle. There's always a lot of drama. There's always a lot of conflict, right? Where I don't need to be in a relationship where I'm not celebrated. I'm only tolerated. Why? Because somebody is only in this relationship for their own self-interest. So somebody was trying to create blocks in somebody's forward movement. So I feel like this relationship could be a Chariot, but doesn't have to be. But somebody's seeing something from a different perspective, right? Somebody seeing something from a different perspective. Face that shadow, that ego in the mindset, and moved on. For somebody out here too, this definitely could be talking about dream walking into somebody's dreams, casting illusions. We could be talking about a Pisces individual. You could be connected to a Pisces. You could be riding around with a Pisces with the Chariot card here, riding around in a relationship with a Pisces, riding around because you both have your own self-interested heart here. I've been getting this a lot, that somebody is connected to a Pisces and somebody was a victim of somebody's bad behavior. And like I said, there is a power struggle happening in this relationship. For some of you, somebody may want to leave this relationship and go on their own. Somebody was literally trying to block somebody's success here, somebody's movement forward. Something has ended. Something has definitely ended. So what's this Judgment card in reverse? Why is the Judgment card in reverse? Yep, King of Raphael. So somebody earned somebody's trust, right? But in all actuality, they were literally judging them because of how different they were. So somebody needs to let go of judgment here. Somebody needs to let go of judgment and start listening to their heart. The King of Raphael talks about somebody who is very warm, somebody who's very generous, somebody who can, who's very creative, somebody who wears their heart on their sleeve. This is also a Cancer, right? Somebody could have cancer. Somebody could have brain cancer here. Somebody literally could have brain cancer, because I see the 9 of Michael as the brain. So apology may be what's needed here. Somebody also could be coming in asking for somebody's help. But again, they only got their self-interested heart. So somebody is a victim of somebody else's bad behavior here when it comes to this relationship, causing drama. Regret. Why is regret in reverse? Yeah. Communication, justice, 7 of Gabrielle, and the Page of Michael. So what I see right off the bat is somebody definitely wants to bring communication in. Something's going to happen very quickly. We have the Justice card here. So it could be coming from a Libra, or it just could be You know, justice being served, right? Justice being served. Somebody may find out they have brain cancer, and that is the way of karmic judgment coming down on this person. So somebody could be coming towards somebody saying, listen, I regret what I did in the past, but I can't change it. Will you accept my apology? Right? For being in competition with you, for spiritually attacking you, for harshly judging you, for spying, lying, gossiping about you. Yeah, somebody's getting their justice here. Yeah. There's a lot of eights coming through. 8, 8, and then 5 and 3 is 8. Somebody definitely was spying, lying, gossiping. I feel it. A contract is over. A karmic contract is over. Definitely somebody in competition, somebody attacking somebody, somebody verbally attacking somebody, sending these words like word magic, verbally attacking somebody. You're going to regret leaving me. Now somebody could be passing away. Somebody could be getting their karma for doing this. Death, clarify the death card. Yeah, because somebody didn't want something to end. Somebody did not want some sort of a relationship to end. So this goes back to what I've been feeling with you. The Aquarius energy is there is an Aquarius that is in a partnership with another person. And they are playing a lot of mind games with this person, like holding something over their head so that they don't leave them, such as you were involved in this situation too. You were involved in spying, lying, gossiping right along with me, right? You were involved in attacking somebody. You were involved in judging somebody. And somebody is like, you know what? Listen, I'm not going to allow you to block me no more. I kind of feel that. So death, clarified, what's the death here? Death. Knight of Raphael. So the Knight of Raphael talks about womanizer, somebody who's a womanizer, right? So somebody may be learning a lesson about relationships when it is being a womanizer, somebody who, you know, likes to speak the words just to manipulate people into getting into relationships. And then once they get what they want, they're off to the next adventure. Somebody doesn't know how to speak the truth here. Somebody is a liar. That's why we got the, where's it at in here? The 7 of Swords. That's the underlining energy. Somebody was a liar. And they verbally attacked somebody to try to throw them off their path. What was this? Give me a card on the mischief. So this fight is over. I feel like rulings are going to be made in somebody's favor here. Be aware of somebody trying to trigger somebody just to get the law involved. Mischief, yeah. Somebody definitely was a victim of somebody's bad behavior when it comes to work, when it comes to what they do for work. I'm getting a master manipulator. Somebody works directly with the angels. And somebody here was in a power struggle because of the fact that the other person works with angels. So somebody wanted to play the victim by verbally attacking somebody just to get a reaction. And, oh, I'm the victim, right? Yanking somebody's tail. Self-interest. What was our self-interest? Show me the self-interest. Little mouse in the house. 3 of Ariel. So 3 people work together. I'm telling you, back to that partnership. Two people work together or three people work together, right, for their own self-interest here, just to create drama. Try to block somebody's forward movement. Cast an illusions over this person. Cast an illusion over the relationship. A decoy energy. I'm going to go in. I'm going to partner up with somebody just to be a decoy. I'm going to tell them everything they want to hear, right? I'm going to tell them everything they want to hear. But behind their back, I'm taking that sword, right? That sword and sticking it in them. Because I think it's unfair that this person is connected to the angels and I want their journey. Somebody causing somebody a lot of mental anguish. I'm feeling somebody could be taking somebody to court for slander, gossip, defamation of character. And they're going to win their case because they're going to be able to prove it. Right? Just wanting to pick a fight. Yeah. This is somebody who's playing it small, right? Playing it small just to please other people. Two people sharing the same vision, partnering up with somebody, right? Not wanting to invite somebody out, no, somebody not accepting an invitation. All right, give me a final, anything you want to leave Aquarius with? Yeah, these people that collaborated only had their own self-interest. 10 of Raphael. Somebody's wearing rose-colored glasses here. Right? Could be working with somebody's, look, I'm telling you, the 7 of Michael. There it is. Two people working together. One person coming in, gathering up all the information in and taking it back around, gossiping behind somebody's back, trying to sever and triangulate their connection with the people around them. 7 of Swords energy. Spying, lying, gossiping. Coming in, nibbling on information, and then turn around and running back and telling everybody's business. 5 of Swords, because they wanted to win at all cost. Right? Could have been doing some magic. I want to clarify something. Clarify the Chariot and perspective with relationships. Clarify the Chariot and the Hanged Man with relationships. Oh, okay. Wanted to win at all costs, doing magic. Wanting to win at all costs. We have 5 and a 4, 9. So somebody could have been 54 years old. The 5 of Michael talks about somebody wanted to win at all costs. Somebody wanted to block somebody no matter what the cost of it was. And the cost is now somebody is sick, they're ill, possibly has brain cancer from it. The 4 of Raphael in reverse talks about somebody being aware, right? Somebody being aware of somebody projecting emotions upon them. Somebody waking up from the illusion, right? In a relationship, that this person is not serving their highest good. This person was only there to create blocks, hinder somebody's progress, to block their psychic sight as well. Casting illusions. I'm telling you, casting illusions. Backstab, betray. Pain and suffering because they didn't want to let go. Magic backfired. Now somebody is in despair, right? Look, the Queen of Raphael in reverse. Somebody who's over emotional, somebody who's very easily triggered, somebody who is an emotional manipulator, right? But their plan backfired. Somebody now is in a lot of pain and suffering because of what this magic backfired. And they're not going to be able to find peace. Right? And that's what they didn't want this person to have, is peace. They didn't want to let him go. So they heavily betrayed somebody, caused them a lot of mental pain, a lot of pain and suffering, a lot of emotional pain and suffering. Maybe even try to get somebody to unalive themselves. That's why I said, when I said, oh, going into somebody's dreams, right? Going into somebody's dreams, dream walking, and trying to get them to hang themselves, unalive themselves in some sort of way, trying to win at all costs. All right, so let's go ahead and pull a final card here. This person was determined to do whatever they could do to win at all costs. That they were determined to defeat somebody. And now the cost could be a mental illness. And I'm not talking about mental illness as in bipolar or something along them lines. I'm talking about a brain illness, literally manifesting. For what? Working with the dead people, necromancy. Victory, divine helpers, and epiphany. So you definitely have the divine shining the light on something with a third party situation here. See? Six, 9. I'm telling you, I've been seeing that all over the place too. 6, 9, 15, and 18. Triumph, leadership, success, and accomplishment. Your divine helpers are present, bearing the good news that whatever you've been working on will succeed. The bad news, well, there really isn't any bad news, but there is reality, which in your case suggests that you can fully enjoy your success only if you recognize that you didn't get where you are by yourself. There is no suggestion that you must diminish your light or be falsely modest in your achievements, not by a long shot. And that's what somebody was trying to do. They were in this false modesty by trying to win at all costs, feeling that they were better than somebody. So we do have somebody moving on. Somebody who has faced that shadow of that ego and moved on, broke themselves free, took back their power and said, listen, right? I don't need to be in a relationship where, I don't need to be in a relationship where I'm tolerated and not celebrated. If you don't want to celebrate me, I'll go off on my own, right? I'll go in a different direction. And this relationship was trying to block this person from doing that. So what they were doing was casting illusions, making them think that they truly cared about them, but they didn't. They didn't. Somebody could have been doing love magic here. Somebody could have been doing love magic. Realize that as life's tides turn your way, soon to become realized positive flow of events isn't just a fluke or an accident or just luck of the draw. Rather, it's a natural outcome of your unwavering efforts and commitment to your dreams and goals. Your joy guides message, plan for the party. You'll soon have a reason to celebrate. So this could be talking about somebody not getting invited to the party, right? Somebody not get invited to the party. Trust me, I wouldn't want it to go anyways. So somebody is having some sort of an epiphany, a breakthrough, a revelation, and divine guidance. Congratulations, you're getting more direct with your soul. And that's where somebody may have to come in and express some sort of truth about this. Again, somebody could be on their deathbed. I'm not going to finish reading it, all right? Because, yeah, this womanizer ended a relationship, or this womanizer could be getting their karma for working with another person because they only had their own self-interested heart. And that was to earn somebody's trust. But now there's definitely this power struggle in this relationship. Right? Who's right, who's wrong here? All right. So thank you for watching, Aquarius. That is your reading. Have a great day.